Welcome everybody to look at the fifth film in the Shawscope Volume 3 box set, and it is 1972's Intimate Confessions of a Chinese Courtesan. So this is directed by Cho Yun, who I've not seen anything else from before, but he does direct 4 more films in this release, so we're definitely going to be talking about him in the future. Clocks in at 91 minutes long, stars the likes of Elliot Nock, who was in the likes of Come Drink With Me, In the Land of Duty Free, and Shaolin Temple, as well as Tung Lam, who was in Five Fingers of Death and The Oily Maniac. So 18-year-old Anu is kidnapped and sold to a brothel. Her good looks and wild personality make her very popular with the lustful clients, but also draw the lesbian attentions of brothel Madame Chun Yi. Chun Yi teaches Anu the ways of lust and the ways of kung fu, and Anu becomes more and more similar to her captor, but rage at her treatment is still burning inside of her. So, unlike all the other Shaw Brothers films that I have seen so far, which include the films in this release, this is much more of a period drama with exploitation elements than a straight up wuxia or martial arts film. Um, that's primarily due to the massive amounts of nudity that are in this film, the sexual abuse that goes on in this film, and the fact that it's quite clearly trying to play up the lesbian element as well. Which I'm fine with anything that's involved, other sexualities or anything like that, but it does feel like it's a bit exploitative, to be honest. And I think there was a tagline on a poster or something that said, "See the lesbian Chinese sex film" or something like that, and something which doesn't sit right with me. But on the whole, even though there is elements of that, it isn't the whole film, thankfully. As yeah, there are action scenes in this and violence, which are aplenty in the second half, thankfully. And it just doesn't seem to be the focus, however, of the plot, which itself doesn't get properly interesting until the satisfying second half. So, if you are looking for action and fight scenes and violence and stuff like that, then a good portion of this isn't going to be up your alley. That said, it is well shot, the cast is good, the pacing is on point, the action scenes are well handled, albeit not as fun as prior Shaw Brothers efforts, and it is generally engrossing. But yeah, it's only really the second half where things become interesting, where all of the elements at the first half start to get actually um, enhanced and built upon and concluded in a satisfying way. So yeah, which is a little bit of a shame. It ultimately means that this is my least favorite of the films in this set so far. 3.5 out of 5, a half star below what was the prior lowest version, lowest rating, should I say? But yeah, still, it's had a brand new 2K restoration from the original negative by Arrow Films, which means it's got a high definition 1080p Blu-ray presentation. It's got newly restored uncompressed Mandarin and English mono audio, newly translated English subtitles, plus optional hard of hearing subtitles for the English dub. You got 2 brand new audio commentaries on this film, one by film critic and historian Tony Raines, and one by critic Sam Dayan. And you've also got an alternate English export credits for this film and a theatrical trailer as well. So yeah, a fair decent amount of extras there, but yeah, the film itself just doesn't quite come together enough for me. I think if it was less exploitative, relied less on nudity and playing up the lesbian angle in an exploitative way, and actually felt like it was actually a part of the plot rather than just trying to an element to sell the film, then yeah, I would have enjoyed it that bit more. And at 91 minutes, it does feel a little bit rushed in terms of trying to put all of its elements together. It would have been nice to have at least another 10 or so minutes to flesh certain elements out. But on the whole, it is a fairly decent effort, and I can respect it for trying to do certain elements well before, Western films would ever attempt something like this uh, in that same decade. Sorry, in the same decade or even the next decade, it wouldn't even really be into the likes of the 90s that you'd get anything like this. So yeah, can respect it for that. It's just a shame that the execution isn't also quite as respectable. But nonetheless, if you have seen this film before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.